Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing Painting, Hammond, Louisiana. I wanted to hop on here to show y'all my equation for mix ratios. I want to start out by saying this is only for batch mixing with a soft wash pump. Whether you're doing a 12-volt pump, air diaphragm boost pump, or whatever you're doing batch mixing. This is not, let me repeat, is not a ratio or a recipe for downstreaming, or it's not a ratio recipe for etch jetting or any other application other than batch mixing with direct application. What I mean by direct application, what we have in our tank will contact the wall. It's not going to be mixed or diluted on the way to the wall in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So hopefully we can follow this, because this is a little complicated. Obviously, I'm not perfect at all this teaching stuff on pieces of paper and all that. So a lot of times I just run this calculation through my head on a job site, sometimes in the middle of the night in the dark with rain beating me in my face or whatever. So this is what I got here. This is our mix ratio. So again, we're going to be using a 20-gallon total batch solution, and we want that 20 gallons to achieve 4%. Now you might say, well, what if you need more than 20 gallons? Or what if you need more than 4%? We'll get to that here in a second. But let's just say, even if only you did 20 gallons at a time, you'd still be all right. Because most roofs that we do only take 30 or 40 gallons. So you could just you can repeat this, come down, take a break, and do it again. Now, 4% is usually what we put on a roof. Sometimes we have to put 5. So we'll get to that in a second. But just to make this really simple as possible, we're going to use 4%. So also, you can cut this ratio in half, and I'm going to explain how in a second, if you want to achieve a 2%. Like if you want to do some post-treating on concrete or a little soft washing on some vinyl side, 2% is fine. You're not going to really kill any plants. It doesn't hurt to pre-wet the plants, but you should be all right at 2%. Or if you want to post-treat some concrete, fence, anything you really think of, brick steps, stucco, anything like that. So getting back to my equation here, 20 gallons a total batch mix. Keep that in mind. So we take 20 and we're going to divide it by 12. Now, what does 12 stand for? That is my bleach concentration. So really it's 12.5, but I just took the 0.5 out for sake of conversation tonight, because sometimes our bleach is degraded a little bit anyway. So we can just leave out that 0.5. Now, sometimes I'll get into a situation where I do want to calculate my 0.5 in there. But that's neither here or there, and that could be another video. So 20 gallons of total batch mix is what we're trying to achieve. So we divide that by 12. 20 divided by 12 is 1.6. So what does that 1.6 stand for? That 1.6 is the amount of SH we need. So it's actually 1.6 gallons. So every 1.6 gallons is going to be a 1% when we dealing with a 20-gallon tank. So we want to get to 4%. So we got to say 1.6 times 4 equals 6.4. We could round it up if you want to. You can say 6.5. So you dump 6.5 gallons of SH in your empty 20-gallon tank. Then you can add your water, which 13.6 H2O, and there you get 20 gallons total. Now, I left out the surfactant because the surfactant's not going to make that big of a difference. If you add 20 ounces of surfactant to it, that's not going to change your concentration all that much. It's very, very minor fractions. Now, some people will suggest putting your water in first once you do these calculations. I do too as well, but for the sake of teaching this, I just did it in this order. So I would do this backwards. I would do this calculation. I would put my 13 and some change gallons of water in my tank, and then I would add my 6.4 SH. And you can round up. The 6.4 would be 6.5, and the 13.6 you can round it down. I mean, as long as you write in there, you're not going to be that far off. And this will we achieve a 4% mix solution, which is pretty ideal for most roofs. Now, if we wanted to bump this up to 5%, which we use the term of nuking something at 5%. At 5%, you can cause a lot of damage. So be very careful if you're trying to go to a 5% or even a 6%. There have been very rare times where I get a heavy moss buildup and I do want to go to a 6%. And it might be only in one area on the roof, but I would just go back up here and do the 1.6 times 6, and I'm not sure what that number would be. And you know, the water and the SH, all that would change. So you will just want to do your calculation. So this is at 4%. I hope this helps. This is the best way I can describe it. There are some other methods out there. There is an app that you can buy that'll do these calculations. I'm not sure of the app. I think it's like a soft wash app out of the UK or something. But I hear a couple guys told me it was really good. And you could just punch this in, tank size or your batch size, what percentage you want, and then it'll kick out these numbers for you. So again, this is only soft washing through a 12-volt pump, air diaphragm boost pump where you're batch mixing, and this would also be considered direct application. So again, I hope this helps. Leave some comments below if y'all have any alterations to this that might work better, might be more simpler. This is kind of what I've always went by. And the only thing that could be a variation is in your strength of your SH. If you let's say you're only dealing with 10%, then you can supplement that 12 into a 10, or God forbid if you happen to do it with 8% or something, you can supplement that out for 8, and it would be the same thing. Obviously, your bleach, instead of being 6.4, I don't know what the math is, it might go up to 11. You know what I'm saying? If you're using a lesser concentration of bleach. So anyway, yeah, if this helps out, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know I'm getting to y'all. And it'll be really still, so maybe you take a screenshot of it right now. 1, 2, 3. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk soon.